All right, here is where. Mic on. Very well. Is it on? It is. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As day 17 goes. Basically, yesterday I tried to boot first a little bit, and obviously that didn't work. What I want to go, which route I want to go today is try and see in each operation what it's doing, and reverse it. That would basically be the way to go for today. So at the moment I can use maybe a simpler input. Well, not the simpler input, but let's get a standard. And I can run the first one. This should tell me basically that we start with the mod I did print the literal instead of the combo, so let's fix a little bit of stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, the error prints because I don't want. Right. So I would want first of all to tell the operation, which would be a equals a slash so 2 to the power of combo, which would be equal to a register 2 to the power of combo, which we can just say like that. Very well. This will describe my and we obviously want to describe the state afterwards. Amazing. So that's one basically happens like this. So we have one A division. BXL, it's an OR. So it is my belief that we can. Okay. So first operation is BST. Let's fix how my BST works, which is combo mod 8. Okay, so my A register mod 8 saved into B. Yeah. Now I've seen someone use someone do an OR of 7. Doesn't look like it works. Well, anyway, I know that this should be keeping the lower 3 bits. I believe it was what that was, EXL. It was XOR, no, it's BST. Instruction op calculates the value of its combo operand module 8. Therefore, module, thereby keeping only 3 lowest bits. Which would then mean, can I just drop the bits and that would be it? Now that I think about it, OR of 7 does sound like the same because 7 XOR. Nine. How to invert mod operation. Yeah, that would be plus time what we had before. They don't quite save the stuff. I could have swore that they did mod 7. So anyway, that keeps the last 3 bits. Don't know how you revert because you lose a lot of information. Let's keep it going. So mod 8 of B, then B or 1, which again. We should make it look a little bit better. So B or 1, that comes 3 or 1, which is 2. In this case, 1 or 1, which is 0. Looks great. So CDV, so C division would be C equals A under 32. The only one that I think that I don't know if I can revert is the mod, because the mod loses a lot of informations. However, we know the 3 lowest bits and we know how A gets transformed. So there might be a way from that to be working. I should write it down. But first, this is A divided 2 to the power of literal should be equal to a register divided to whatever is there. All right, so we mod it up, we ORed B, we divide A by 2 times 5. Oh wow, 2 times 5. Okay, the combo, which would be 0. See, this doesn't help out. Okay, this is okay. This is bad, this is okay. I should also specify which operator is this, because it is clear that is it clear that is B, this case? Because it could also be 0, but there's no 0, so it's fine, it's B. Okay. So B or 4 could be Excel correct? Yes, it is. Okay. And that's 4 because 0 would basically be in recopy. ADV, which is the important one. So there's so A gets reduced by A gets divided by 8 every time. And BXC, don't even remember what BXC stands for. Ciao ma, buon lavoro. How long you're working with Rust? About 3 months. I was using it for the advent of code, planning on using it for 1 more month in February, and then I'm gonna see case by case. I don't want to go Rust for all this year. Sounds, don't know if it sounds that bad, but Rust can be tedious. I wouldn't wish to work all day in Rust, so I'm not gonna use it on side projects that long. I'm not programming Rust on my day job, if that's what you meant. Okay, so that's the jump. Fine, this is a loop. Okay, the outprint should print what I'm supposed to be printing. It should be like print. It's combo 8. Which in this case it's combo mod 8. And this essentially it's B. What did I say combo? Because my combo in this case would be B. Yeah. So print out B. Okay, the operations would be divide A by 8 or B. Well, let's go backwards a little bit. So my print would be my print would be starting at 0. I would want it to be, I think, at 0. Could be a lot of stuff. Could be either 0 or 8. Yeah, because the mod essentially would be in that it has to be a 1. There shall be 3 zeros at the end. I don't know honestly how to reverse a mod. Are there any clever tricks to doing this? Mm, because first off, let's switch this to a shift bitwise of the combo. I believe it will be divided by the. No, it's divided by 2 times, so yes. Those are left shifts, right? I can shift as many times to the left as like combo. Okay, I believe I shift them in the incorrect place. Right, so those are right shifts. Very well. So that's the first kind of optimization which is very reversible. Reversible. So this matters nothing. Okay, so that's an okay. The OR has memory. The last one that's hard to reverse is the combo. But the combo is keeping the last 3 bits. So how can I drop bits in Rust? Okay, it's getting in the game. Nope. Like one way in which this works is if I take the maximum number, I OR that, let's say, it. Okay. So this is done. I take, oh, P. So I take the biggest number, right? And if I say a bunch of ones, I want to keep the last 3 regardless. Should be everything a 1 and a 0. Wouldn't it? Well, not quite, because for it to be a 0, it has to be the opposite. Like that's the only thing that I'm not sure how to reverse. But this one I can search up. Honestly, it already took a look around, so wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Am I in the correct A17? Okay, so he didn't do anything fancy like that guy. Why can't I get that guy anymore? Brother. So my results are different now that I... them here. So I swear there was a guy who did it like that. It was also very clean how he wrote it. Maybe this was the guy. But thinking of it mathematically, I'm just multiplying it by 8 and adding whatever it is, so that isn't that bad. But how do I even understand what's going on? Because I'm printing my 0, which means either the last one is 0 or 8. That would be the assumption. Okay. And the print of 3 beforehand should be either a 3 or like an 11. I'm having a hard time quite understanding this. Yeah, because reversing I mean, knowing that it should start like the last combo will always be a multiple of 8. And this will be always 8 plus 3. The only sensible thing I can know is that my A is divided by 8 every time. B or C. Like, let's sign off the assumption that this is zero, you know? That would mean that B or C is also zero. A divided is zero. Yeah, I don't quite. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of ideas, so let's get hints. A is processed in octals. B and C are temporary values processed in A and do not retain their values between octals. Processing octal blocks depends on more significant bits of A only. And it will be easiest to replicate in the input parameters. After tying your hand on Y, you'll find that a greedy solution will not work. I have found dead ends in TFS to find the minimum value of A, backtracking when you reach such dead end. Yeah, that's the part I'm struggling to figure out that the octal will depend. Like, can I? Starting with find the last digit. The only bits you need to worry about are the three last. A has been shifted almost out of existence. Higher order bits of A gets perturbated on 0 and infinite, so it should be. Let's see what possible values are possible for that final digit. When base A octal would be helpful. Try creating a function that takes a single parameter A that runs the input with the value of A. Try giving different inputs with different lengths. All octal numbers, see how the outputs change. Putting advice is the example input. Put between 1 and the final answer, printing the lowest value that gave me each digit, and got finally. Now I've been studying this for hours, can figure out what the actual pattern is. Yeah, because here we build the C, so getting the A, like from the first one, getting the A isn't that bad, you know? But this is not what we get to look at. It's not A problem, it's B. As I was doing, how is looping back overcome. Based on that, you can try and implement a few sample number for register A and see what happens the output. Pay especially close attention to the binary value of A. What changes, what stays the same, what output that you try the values. I'm gonna try to binary print them. Is that a good idea? I think it is. What a nice binary print. Binary print trust. That should be working. B registry binary and C registry binary. Delete up until here and let's go. Yeah, expect them to be a little bit fatter. I So we were starting at this point. Of course, A doesn't change and we just take the last bit. Sounds about right. But then with OR it, sounds again about right. C is equal to A because we divide by 1, so that's not a big deal. B or 4 is okay, yeah. Yeah, nothing surprising here. How about we start from the bottom, perhaps? Yeah, I'm reading all of this operation, but I'm not understanding quietly. Frankly. Yeah, combo is destructive. You don't go back from there. Please, I just need to understand like a couple of B. So I know that A is in between there. Just need to filter out a lot of speed. It's like way more than half. Supposed just to work in octals. Yeah, this doesn't help at all. The first thing that I'm interested in is the fact that A basically gets divided by 8 every time, right? But that just gave me this big up space that's useless. Then B would be mod, so the lowest bits of A, followed by so the lowest bits of A or 1, then or 4, then or C. Yeah, the big problem is C. But C is shifted based on how many Bs there are. Yeah, man, they're all codependent basically. I'm thinking very hard on this problem. So like take the last three and or this uses so much stuff. I think the C might be the big deal. At the end we're ORing A and B. Now to be fair in all of this, the big deal are the last three bits. Because we're outputting the last three bits over here. Yeah, I believe this would be my last pattern. 100% I'm not getting anywhere beyond this. About that's how it's up so much time. Yeah, but I got to the 17, so it took several hours, across 3 days or something, and then took far behind to stop. I'm thinking of finishing off some of the questions during the summer this time, so I'm not frustrated. Yes, for first time to actually employ them, but probably at least stop trying. Get just keep the problematic task and continue to have fun. So browsing sprint that gave me the first 6 digits, see if there was a pattern. The numbers into A, so I knew we're not well proceed. So need to the hint from here, look at the pattern of increase as you increase A. To be a backtracking technique, also just put false which process. Those capacity would still be 816. I'm missing some mathematical stuff around numbers are possible. Spending ages on part-time because it tapped so where should have been A. On the one relatively easy, on the contrary, still haven't been able to get the right answer for yesterday's great problem. Low-key because they're brute forcing despite how large instruction that's a 48-bit number. See you next year. How easy it would be to write one and just take any input. Yeah, I think that brute forcing Okay, so it is still a brute force, but it's a brute force where I remove a lot of options. But which options? So first off, the first one would have to be not divisible by 8 and a +2. Like in the first cleaned loop, this is 6, 5, 6, 5, 80, 49, 49. So this is 4 off in the first loop. The second loop, I wouldn't expect it to be anything. No, wait. There look like there is some kind of pattern because that's half, half, half. That's still half. So this is divided by 8. It's a little bit less than half. Starting to see a pattern here. I don't think you see my terminal down there, do you? Let's take a look on. Let's take a look on the streaming itself. Yeah, it's not that amazing to be seen over there. How about I move my input since it's not useful right now? Okay, that's good. Okay, then I can Python up here and see like this. Well, 822, 5624 divided by 2. That's 4, 1, 1, 2, 8, 12. So this was 4 short. This is 3 short. And this is C, by the way. This is half of C. Let's keep it going. Seeing some, I'm starting to see some stuff. 102, 82, 03 times divided by 2, divided by 4 now. 25, 70, 50. So this is 2 short. Starting by 4, 3. Okay, there is a pattern. And now C is the same as now C is 4 times less. Okay. Then 12, 05, 25 divided by 2. Guess it's divided by 8 now. 16. 832, 1832. Yes. Interesting. Then at this point, sixteen oh five six should be like Right, that should be 32, right? If the pattern keeps going. Oh, it stopped. Now it's just a +4 and this is the same. Which would then mean that this is half minus something. 208 half minus 3. Yes, it is, and C is equal. There is a pretty evident pattern, which essentially dictates that one complete loop would be, I should write it down. So the loop practically means that this is an A divided by 8. A B would be A minus 4. So wait a second. So A would be A slash 8. B would be A minus 4. C is A. This is one loop. Okay. The next loop, A is still that one, which doesn't really matter that much, but okay. A is still A times honesty. Asterix. Okay. Good old math problems. Now this time B is half the A. It was plus 2, right? Now it's minus 3. Four oh one one two eight 12. Okay, whatever. B is A minus 3. Was it even a milestone beforehand? No, it's a plus 4. Bizarre. And C is now precisely half of A. So C is half of A. Next iteration. This is 128 to 3 divided by 2. And this was divided by 4. So B would be A divided by 4. And C is A divided by 4. This is a minus 2 or a plus 2? So +2. Well, this isn't perfectly that, so was enough. And this should be just divided by 8. But the 16. I don't know if I'm seeing any patterns or not. B is A divided by 16. And C is A divided by 16. And then it starts over. So this is a complete loop. Because then the iteration starts again. This would be it. Can I do anything with that? Okay, so the interesting fact is that C gets periodically divided by 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, and 2 to the power of 3. That's the deal. That's what happens to C. And C is the opposite of B, so doesn't this tell me much? Shouldn't this be great? I feel like this stuff should tell me something. So A gets divided by B every time. Yeah, and each and every time I'm printing the lowest 3 bits of. Oh, this is an 8 times 4, so the first one would be 4 by default. Wouldn't this mean that it's 4? Or rather, well, wait a second. So I need it to be at 2, right? And I have my B, which is A plus 4, okay? It's gonna be either 100 or 101, right? Meanwhile, my C, okay, A is already divided or it's being divided by the end. It's a big deal. Okay, so it's the last 3 bits of this OR. For it to be 2, we should get a 010, right? This is a 2. And for this to be a 2, means I need to OR X XOR Y plus 1 0 be like 1 0 0. So means that I don't care what this is. This should be like a 1 1 Z, no. It is either, it's always a 1, but it can be 1 1 0 and 1 0 0. Wait a second. I get so confused. This would mean that it can be remember like XOR is it's ones makes it 0 0 0 and 0 1. All right, then. But we said I want to produce a 0. And I'm summing a 4. So the possible ways in which this can be produced, it would be one, 0, 1, or XOR. What's the symbol XOR? Okay, not drawing that. This is XOR, and nobody's gonna ask questions about it. Yeah, and basically this would work, right? 0, 1, 0. So that works. And the opposite works. It can also be, okay, the opposite I don't care, that's just swapping up. It can also be 0 1 0 and a bunch of zeros. This works fine. Well, to be fair, this can also be a bunch of ones, and this could be like a 0 1 0. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I thought it would be easier to grasp. Again, I'm not reversing anything over here, but at least I got some kind of pattern. Can I snooze it once? I believe I can. Because I'm gonna go 10 minutes more and then leave it at B. Yeah, so there is a little bit of a pattern. So my 2, well, in binary would be 0 1 0. Is made of, basically I can get the first 4 by evaluating a little bit of this. Although, even if I can, like how big of a filter is dividing by 4? Not that much. This looks like an equation. Well, one thing to keep in mind that this is still A, okay? So if A is 0, 0, 0, so it's nothing, and I add 4, then I OR it to nothing, this makes 4. And as we know, this won't be it. So it could not be anything that's multiple of 4, which is already great. I can write them down. Shouldn't take too long. Hopefully it's not for nothing, but like that's the only thing that I hope for. Okay, so 0, 0, 1 plus 1, 1 should be 1, 0, 1, or what I say, XOR 0, 0, 1, which doesn't work because this is a 1, 0, 0, 0, nothing. So 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 0, 0 will be a 1, 1, 0 XOR this, and doesn't work. Then 001 plus 011 will be this thing here. That's a 7. Wait, how is 4? Okay, it's 4 plus 3, yes. Times my 3. This is again. I'm starting to see a pattern. Wait, this won't ever output what I want? This goes back to 0, and we know that 0 won't do it. 101. Okay, so basically anything beyond before 6 can be dropped, which is good. I mean, I don't know if it's good. We'll see if I can get something to work over here, because okay, so 101, I don't know. This would be a 001 XOR. I don't think I had this combination. XOR it to this is a 101. Still not a 2. 110 plus 100. This is 010 plus 1. Close, but no cigar. And 111 plus 100. That's so something is wrong because I'm not getting a 2 anywhere. That's a 011. Oops, 111. Which would be be equal to 101. So at no point am I outputting a 2. They miss something. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't feel like I'm missing something. Am I XORing itself or am I XORing? Yes, I'm XORing itself. Oh yeah, I'm missing this XOR. This XOR 1. Well, if I get to understand what the last um the last number is. Maybe there was a way to. Wonder how I think figures digit. Okay, digit. Okay. So if I can understand what the last digit is supposed to be, then that would remove like a bunch of complexity from my stuff. That should remove like one order of magnitude, which would be great. Should probably still not be enough. I would have to remove at least 2 or 3, but okay. Yeah, because I'm losing this XOR. Like the disappointing thing is that it's getting repeated, no? Unless it's specific to this. Unless it's specific to this number. Well, that should be easy to check, shouldn't it? Yeah, my thesis is fucked. Oh yes, it's specific to this number. However, there is something I can do that's interesting, and then I'm gonna go. One interesting idea is that the first one that's a 0, or that's a 2, that should give me the pattern. So I can filter out a little bit of stuff. It was the starting point. No, not 0. That outputs a 2. It should be some sort of understanding. 5, 4, 9, 7, 5, 5, 8, 1, 13. This is an A9, 890, so there's a difference of 2 between them. Interesting. Yeah, basically, this would help out eventually. So this gets to a 7. Then OR's the 7, so that's a 6. Can this be like half or something? Close to that? Okay. So they're both basically about lower than 64. Doesn't look useful. So we had a combat force of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see if this works the same. Let's like add, I don't know, 5k. This will be like about 64 times, and there's a difference of 2. Does this replicates? Don't necessarily think it will, but there's a difference of 2 yet, which is good. God damn it. Didn't want to start an ad now. Fucking well. So there isn't much of a pattern, is it there? Nope, doesn't work that much. Yeah, so the ads started, yeah. Uh, this doesn't get me anywhere. I hope that there was some kind of pattern, but the only thing that I know now is that C and B has to be two apart. But it looks like it's always 8. Just I know that it should be finishing with 8. Or rather, it should be... Nope. Can I brute force a little bit of the sequence and try and see if I can get a pattern from there to limit? Like brute forcing... If output then 1 is equal to 4, output of Su is equal to 1. Okay, I had over here there was like a for loop pattern. I don't know if that's the case again. Output 3 equals to 1, then we print j. Let's say. And finally, I don't care about this anymore. Yo, is everything fine? Oh, right, there's this break. Should be here. Yeah, so there's that. Well, okay. Anyway, I'm not trading anyone today because I'm also on the pasta, so see you tomorrow. Think I get like 2 days for this problem and then I'm dropping out. I'm just gonna write down my article these days and be done with. Enough advent for me. Bye bye.